eyes, a mantle of white, a heaven of diamonds shine out from the night. Two hearts are thrilling in spite of the chill in the weather. Love knows no season, love knows no climb. Romance can blossom any old time. Here in the open, we're walking and hoping together. Sleigh bells ring, are you listening? In the lane, snow is glistening. A beautiful sight we're having tonight. Walking in a winter wonderland. Gone away is the new bird. Here to stay is the new bird. He sings a love song as we go along. Walking in a winter wonderland. Love knows no climb. Romance can blossom any old time. Here in the open, walking and hoping together. When it's love, we'll conspire as we dream by the fire to face unafraid the plans that we made. Walking in a winter wonderland. When it snows and it's thrilling, through your doors gets a chillin'. We'll frolic and play the Eskimo way, walking in a winter wonderland. Lucky, lucky, lucky. Lucky, lucky, lucky.
It's lunchtime and the Brooklyn Cafe is open for business. Live from the Amp Media Studios, Dawn and Freddie S. and their team are ready to serve up a huge portion of fun for lunch with friends and neighbors. So let's break open that lunch pail and unwrap that sandwich you brought and take a front row seat in the Brooklyn Cafe and get ready to enjoy some humor and hot topics. It's time to get a healthy serving of hope and happiness to help your day go by with a smile. Your hosts, Dawn and Freddie S., are ready to talk about food, health, dating, or just plain dream making. If you have a story to share, movie review, restaurant critique, or just a coincidental thing that happened to you, call in toll free 888-994-4995, Studio A right now. Sit back and enjoy your lunch break at the Brooklyn Cafe. Here are your hosts, Dawn and Freddie S.
Welcome to the Brooklyn Cafe. Off is better.
Yeah.
You gonna sit there?
I gotta sit?
Yeah.
Why do I gotta sit?
Why not?
Because I'm working.
He's working. He's got things to do.
I told you to pop the door. Can you believe they put me in jail?
That's called residential room.
The best was when we're going over that commercial, and I'm always going over spelling, and I'm like, no, Josh's got this. And I go, there's one. And then Freddie says, well, let's look at the rest of the spelling from my English major over here. But that was good. I have to tell you, what a morning. Happy Wednesday, everyone. We opened our show with, yes, the lovely and talented in-person Kendra Erica right here at the Brooklyn Cafe show. So we're really excited that Kendra's here joining us. During her Christmas vacation, we're going to catch up and hear all about what's going on, what LA is like, what it's like to be back home, see what she's got cooking.
It's funny the way things change now. You know, Erica, Kendra used to come in, she used to sing We were at iHeart with her. We were at
Yep.
all the places we gone. She's gone. She's in California now. She's gonna be doing all sorts of movies and everything. Now we have to ask, make sure we get privileged that she does come because she's very busy.
But I got to tell you,
Game has changed.
You must
I even
wait
went to her
because she
mother.
came.
I went to Mama San. I said, I need your daughter.
but message received, which is pretty cool.
And then I didn't hear from Mama San, so I said, let me try to reach out to Kendra. And Kendra says, absolutely. I went,
I know. I'm so glad that Kendra is here. And what a morning we had. You know, best made plans when you don't make plans. We had some great visitors. We got to see Brecken. I haven't seen Brecken since he was a baby in a car seat.
he's still a baby.
Now
boy.
he's like, "Vroom,
He's still 2. though.
ducks. 2. He's like
see
2
his
going
voice?
on 20.
Did you hear his voice, Josh? You hear
Josh didn't
Brecken's
see
voice?
him, but
You're just like this.
what a sweet little
2-year-old
boy.
man on the
Tell him to do the voiceover.
He
He
could
would.
if he could pronounce
If
the
he
words.
could read.
Tell him to do the voiceover.
He could if he could pronounce the words.
But what a cute little boy. I mean, he is so the quintessential 2.5-year-old little boy. He does everything that a 2-year-old boy should do. He actually almost took out a camera, which would have been funny pop-up if he had done that.
That wasn't a camera. It was a
It
snowman.
was a stocking. But he found your bell, he found the ducks, he was playing, then Teddy comes in, and then Teddy's niece Stormy came in, and Teddy's mom, who we
You
haven't
see
seen
the way
in a
the girl
long time.
calmed him down?
Did you see that? It's funny because Freddie
You
had...
remind me of Josh. When women come in, he calms down.
Well,
I'm trapped. We're the only 2 guys here, right? Oh, I guess
You got
Mayor's
Mayor
here.
here.
We got Mayor.
but your son Freddie had just started talking about the differences of a little girl and a little boy, and we said, no.
Until then, he said, maybe I do have a girl.
But then Stormy walks in, and all of a sudden Brecken goes to hide behind the chair. And you watch this whole shyness and this little boy, little girl interaction happening. I think I put it in WhatsApp, the picture, because of course nothing brings children together like donuts, which was really cute.
Get them all donut
so
up.
nice to see the next generation of our hosts here at the cafe, our new morning show hosts.
Oh, the 2 of them?
Brecken and Stormy, side by side, and they can say good morning.
And it's funny because he has the character that sort of matches hers because she's a character.
So sweet. But
It
what
was
a
fun.
nice morning. Good to see Teddy's mom. Good to see
Haven't
your
seen her
son
in a
Freddie.
minute either.
Hadn't seen a lot of people in a little bit. And then Kendra came in, totally a nice holiday week for us.
I know, it's like Christmas in a new boat.
I know, I like the transition you've got hanging up back there.
You like that?
Yeah.
I'm going to see if I can bribe Kendra to do tomorrow's night train
Today,
today.
we'll Barbara see what we can do.
But it's for tomorrow night.
It's all right.
Because our ace in the hole, his knees hurt him. He got COVID like 5 weeks ago, but he's 80, I think. And he's not feeling well still. He tried to do a set over the weekend,
Didn't feel
and
well.
it pushed him back. So we have to wait a couple more weeks. But I'd like to maybe have Kendra do one of her.
That would be
Have
nice.
you ever seen Kendra's shows?
I saw Kendra, I think, at Chops one night, which was pretty spectacular. Right?
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
she did a set there. I saw her, which is amazing. But now she's moved on to, I don't want to say bigger and better, definitely bigger and different.
My mother saw Kendra at Chops. but
Yeah?
She didn't know we were in the stands. And I didn't go up. I stood quiet. And I also saw you on Atlantic Avenue in one of those places. I can't remember.
Was it the Arts Garage?
No, not Arts Garage.
Was
it was one of the restaurants.
Was it like Prime, El
Something like
Baccio,
that.
something?
Yes.
Something.
That's right.
In
You were
that-
doing
in
that
that
slick
deal.
thing that you do, that movement all over the place.
Oh, we saw Kendra at the temple also.
And we saw her at Temple.
Yes. Oh my God. Yeah. At the thanks to Jeffrey Weinstein.
You got that thing to work that finally? That machine? The cop came in and says, eek!
Oh, well, I think it's because their system and my system were having a little bit of a issues. So
But
I
that
think
was
that's
fun.
where. But the sound system came through, and I was able to rock the temp.
Well, you could sing with music or without. I mean, your voice is tremendous. Come a
Yeah.
long way, and
But I like a beat behind me. I do.
I love
like,
having you here. I am so honored and excited that during your Christmas break you came back because there were a lot
Yeah.
of, this town is a whole lot of rumors. Kendra's leaving, Kendra left, but maybe Kendra hadn't really left. But Kendra really moved.
Oh,
You really went.
I did. Yes.
Where are you now?
I am now in Hancock Park, which is between West Hollywood and Beverly Hills. So I get like I get the liveliness of West Hollywood, and then I also get like the the more
conservative Beverly Hills, so I'm in a good best of both worlds situation.
What's that like?
It's good. It's a different feel. I mean, whenever I would go out there, because I've been back and forth for over 7 years, and whenever I would be there, I would feel more. I would feel more thriving out there. And so when you get that feeling, that's an indicator that that's probably where you should be for, some time coming up. So and I made the move, and also I was supposed to move out there in 2020, but that was the wonder year. So I just decided, and I didn't want to put myself in that position of moving into a big city where a lot of the unrest was happening. So I sat back here and just waited for things to open themselves up, and things are opening up, and come next year, 2023, it's like the year of no more excuses. Like there's nothing really impeding anything anymore. So but how do I like it? I like it.
And
with-
there's
with
new
a capital.
opportunities now,
Yeah.
right? You're talking movies, plays, shows, music.
Yeah, more. I'm constantly going on auditions, castings. The music that I have coming out and rolling out in the next year is going to be. I think everything. It's going to be a step up, but that's how, an evolving career works. Is everything you're in competition with yourself, to step up to new individual levels. So.
And I asked Josh to sit in on this set simply because I know that Josh is a musician. He bought himself a drum set for Christmas, and he tells me he's been playing it. And he likes to dibble dabble. He plays the guitar, he sings, he played with Triple C and things of that nature. How long have you been doing this, Kendra?
Since I was 8 years old.
And it's a rumor that you were in this building.
I got my start here, yes.
And who was here with you?
Who was here with me?
Who was singing in here with you?
The Little Palm Family Theater.
And
Crowd.
wasn't this the home of, what's her face?
Ariana?
Ariana's mother's place?
Yeah,
So did you meet her?
I did.
Did you meet Ariana?
You've
did.
known her, though, from this whole growing up in this town.
I did, yes.
What's it like growing up in Boca? Like, you're this homegrown hero. You are a hometown hero in Boca.
Oh, well, thank you. I appreciate that.
Truly. I mean, you've won awards, and you're recognized all over the music scene and top awards. And here she is, right here sitting in our studio, which is such a gift for us, for you to be back. And then we got to see your mom, which was a treat.
Yeah, she immediately called me after she ran into you guys at Boca Lead, I think was it, and she was like, "You gotta show up there," and I was like, "Of course." Like, I want to. It's not a matter of I've got to. Like, I want to.
She saw Freddie's hat, and I think she made a beeline.
Yeah.
Well, the amazing thing is that you've been doing this a long time, to say the least.
Yeah.
And you've been doing it, and success has come to you in drips, right? It's not something that happens overnight. And you're taking your show on the road now. I think you're heading to Nashville?
Yeah, I'll be in Nashville end of January, working on a track with Dave Audet. He's a beast remixer. He actually did a remix on one of my other songs that charted on Billboard called Sublime, which is a really fluid remix. But I'll be doing a track with him, actually writing and recording something, and we have a pretty notable feature in the works on that particular one. So
Your mother also told us about the HBO. Your music played on that.
yeah, the Rapture, the song that I wrote with Ronnie Chico from Sonar Wines, the remix of that song, the Top Talk remix. He's a Swedish remixer, but that particular remix was picked up by Sex Lives of College Girls, which is produced by Mindy Kaling from The Office, and that song was placed in that show. So, and obviously it was.
Hold your mic up a little bit.
And it was And obviously the song was played during one of the club scenes in,
What was
in
that like
show.
for you? Did you get the phone call or your manager got the call?
I just got an email from my distro, and my whole team chimed in, and we all wanted to tune in and watch it and see where it was. And my mom literally had to sign up for HBO Max just to watch the show.
Well, she told us.
Yeah.
And
She
we told
did.
everybody.
Yep.
Yeah.
And we watched it. And that's an accomplishment, It's amazing. I tell a lot of the hosts that I've had over the years that if you do one thing, just one, not you, I mean, you've done many, but if you do one thing, and HBO is a something. You should be really proud of that. Nobody can ever say that you had it.
Yeah, hearing the song in that show, I was like, damn right, it's a good fit. I mean, because like the song Rapture, it talks about a sexual experience and having it being placed in the sexual lives of college girls, which is where everyone's like discovering and in their primal state. It was like okay, things are aligning, so.
But for you to hear that means your marketing is working, means that song was heard by the right set of ears, right? Your video
Yeah.
was seen by the right set of people. Everything you've worked for now, you see in all these baby steps since you're 8 years old, like coming to fruition. Do you acknowledge that within yourself, or do you take it for granted and say, okay, it's the next step?
I'm very hard on myself. I've been learning, especially since I've been back home, to just focus on more of the effort of things rather than like the end goal, because like this industry can be very deceptive, because the people that are at the top, they've bought their way there, and so the people that have worked and worked and worked, it's sort of like a tortoise and hare situation. So, and it's just a matter of, once again, like focusing on the effort rather than like getting so impatient. And I'm speaking to myself right now, and reminding myself of this as I'm saying this. But yeah, and also taking into account the whole global situation that we were in the last couple of years, that put a wedge, and it kind of put like a little bit of a break in everyone's like progression. But I think, and that's why I said in the new year, 2023 is the year of no more excuses, because there's
Agreed.
what is there to say, oh, we have this or we have that. It's there. I don't foresee any more reasons for people to not do something.
You spoke, well, someplace I heard you, and it may have been at the temple, how when you were younger, you did not have a great voice. You didn't have a good ear for music.
No, I was
And you worked
tone
hard
deaf.
to get to where you are.
Yeah, I was tone deaf when I was younger.
So look at the accomplishment from that to having Rapture picked up by HBO Max.
yeah.
I said to you something today. I said, enjoy this moment because it's been the journey. And maybe until someone reminds you of that, you go, wow,
Yeah.
look at this journey, the process that I've been through. It's remarkable.
Oh, well,
You should be
thank
really
you.
proud of and your hard work.
Yeah, it's just that whole like, okay, like I want to start like seeing like a lot of things happen, and that's the vulnerability that kicks in once in a while. But it's just a matter of like like you said, enjoying the process and enjoying the journey, and comparable thinking, like comparing yourself to others. It's like I've had such a good support system between my family and my friends, and especially in this community. And I think that's where I have the advantage over a lot of the major players out there who likely only have their financiers, and that's it. So having that moral fabric, and having that sense of root and virtuosity is I just feel like God has blessed me with that.
Let's take a quick commercial break.
Okay.
Stay tuned. More to come with Kendra Erica. So many questions, and we'll be right back.
Known for his Art Deco Cubist style and compositions with dancing saturated color, Ken Bieberman has lived and breathed art his whole life. From the early 80s, he's influenced the Art Deco district of Miami Beach. Featured in numerous restoration projects, hotels, galleries, and clubs, Bieberman creates for everyday folks and celebrity clientele. He's also the proprietor of Art Repro, a giclée and scanning company in Pompano Beach. When it comes to scanning high resolution, size is not an issue. Professionally scanning art up to 10 feet and 64 inches in width, Art Repro utilizes state-of-the-art equipment. On quality canvas or paper, archival ink and printing mediums are put to use. Art Repro ensures colors are true and every nuance of the art is captured, including the canvas weave. Perfection is the priority. Contact artist Ken Bieberman today at 954-547-0095 or visit his website www.artrepro.net.
Being a successful woman in business means having the courage to own who you are. We understand the challenges faced by women, and we are here to help. Our team is here to develop the best strategy designed just for you. Your path is unique, and with the right tools, you can accomplish your dream. From radio to TV, from podcasting to magazines, we create the visibility to amplify your impact in business. At New Dawn Media, we are here to help bring your message forward and help your business flourish. It is time for your message to be seen and your voice to be heard. Contact us at 866-224-5422 or brooklyncafe.tv. Your voice can make a difference.
Le Sorel Restaurant, home of the authentic Italian tradition, offers a large menu that consists of seafood, steak, homemade pasta, brick oven pizza, and homemade desserts including a wide wine selection. We also have the best bar in Boca Raton with delicious cocktails, homemade limoncello, cappuccino, Italian espresso, brandy, and other specialties. Open every day with a lunch and dinner menu. For more information or to make a reservation, contact lesorelrestaurant.com or call 561-235-5301.
There is no way to ignore it. You hear it on the news, online, from your friends and family. What happened to my money? Whether it got hit by falling stocks and bonds, with the coronavirus, shrunk by a floundering 401k with low interest rates, and is riding the extreme ups and downs of the stock market with political elections. Many Americans are worried about their money and how they're going to retire. Help protect your financial future now and call J.D. Mellberg for your complimentary book from a leading financial firm that shows you ways not to run out of money whether the market goes up or down. This free book reveals little-known truths about annuity strategies in simple-to-understand terms that can protect your money for a lifetime. As a bonus, we'll also throw in a free annuity rate report summarizing the rates and benefits of annuities from hundreds of top-rated insurers, helping you to find ways to get up to 33% more income in retirement. That's right. 2 books, both absolutely free, for calling J.D. Mellberg. Help protect your financial future.
Call 877-643-3015.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
There was a noise from somewhere deep. We heard the sound It was bittersweet. Voices calling out from an aching heart, getting so much closer by staying apart, singing a song of hope and love that you heard when I heard. I feel what you feel. We will survive. We will stay strong. Love is the word, and hope is the song. The streets are empty, but the sky is clear. You want somebody and can't have them near. Taking shelter where you can when the world is at stake. Alone together, trying hard not to break. Singing a song of hope and love that will heal. You heard when I heard. I feel what you feel. We will survive. We will stay strong. Love is the word, and hope is the song. The song for the lonely, the tired and the weary. A song for the broken, the mighty. Can you hear me? Give beyond our pride and greed. Share everything that we need. We won't be ignored. We will be restored. Singing a song of hope and love that will heal. You heard when I heard. I feel what you feel. We will survive. We will stay strong. 'Cause love is the word, and hope is the song.
And we're back.
One
I love
of my
that song.
favorites. I know.
I always loved it, always loved it, always loved her role in it. Maybe because God never gave me a daughter. I see a daughter on that screen. You know, you look for the essence of purity of a female. I mean, a father does, not a mom, but a dad does. I submitted that piece to Washington, D.C. When we had Pence in the White House. The Wives had an organization they put together that were looking for a song for COVID and everything else, and we sent it up, and that song actually came in second place.
Pretty amazing.
I would have been more amazed if it had won.
So I have to ask, what's a day like for you now?
A day in the
Day in the life of Kendra Erica, now in California.
Well, I mostly wake up. Obviously that's an essential.
You mostly wake up?
That's an
Not all the
essential
time.
part of starting a day. Is you have to
Yes.
wake up.
Mostly.
And in my days are like a variation of two different situations. I'll either have an audition in the morning, which I'll go to, or a photo shoot, or a meeting, or I'll have more of a busy night. So I just go hiking a lot. I just work out a lot. I make sure that the veneer is looking well packaged, and I eat a lot of tacos, and I go to a lot of networking events, different dinners, and it's just all about keeping yourself like on the move and visible and making sure that like you're you're maximizing the opportunities. So
I like that you said 2023 is really the year of no more excuses.
it's really not like, what is there to
Right.
blame anything on? Nothing. So
Right. Now I heard someone say, the past 4 years, but at some point we need to stop looking back at that. What's
Yeah.
that rear view mirror thing? And
Yeah.
really go forward. That we've overcome all of this. And now it's time to really shine and go.
yeah.
No more excuses. Is that where you're feeling? What's next for you?
Yeah.
What do you see on the
What's-
horizon?
Well, I'll be in Nashville in January, and then come February, I'll be performing at a Grammy party.
Cool.
So, yeah, that's in the works. So I can't really speak in details now. And also, I just like to walk the walk and just let the action speak. But and then moving forward, just more music releasing, and just whatever happens, you'll see it on social media. So
She gets a lot out on social media.
Well, if you saw J-Lo's movie and she explains how you constantly have to make a presence on social media, you got to constantly do the rounds so people see you. It's a constant, the business is the business. And people don't forget
Yeah.
real quick. You take a week off, they go, Kendra who? So you got to constantly do your thing in different areas and things of that
Yeah.
nature. And she takes pictures exercising.
I know. I saw her on the rowing machine the other day, doing her thing.
I mean, I gotta help Lewis and Clark out by rowing rowing the boat.
Do you look at yourself now, and Freddie always says this to everyone here, do you look in the mirror and say, I love myself, I am the best at what I do?
Not always, because I'm hard on, I do, but just speaking honestly, I do, and I also, there are times where I don't, and that's being human, and especially living in LA now, it's the land of fruit and nuts, and it's also the land that can make you go nuts. So so it's just finding that balance, but reminding myself that I do have a good support system, and knowing that I can sleep well at night, knowing that I haven't shook hands with any or gotten involved in anything nefarious. So
Now, when you go to sleep at night and you've done your day, you left all of you out there. There's nothing left on the table. You put it out there. So you sleep well at night and say, that is the best. You can't give what you don't got,
yeah,
but you can grow into more got. So either you
More got.
get or you get got, right?
yeah,
So you've always brought it. Since I've known you, I known you, 8 or 9, maybe 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
You've always brought it. You've always entertained. You've always turned on. You go on stage. You do your thing, and that has progressively gotten better and better. The thing you did in New York with the gentleman was outstanding work. It's just outstanding. Now you're hard on yourself. You've always been. But what creator isn't? This guy sitting next to you
yeah.
beats himself up over things that a lot of people can't do what you guys do. That's God's pinky touching you. So do you think that you're ready to take that next level, go into that next level,
Yeah,
and explode?
I know I am.
Oh, well, there you go. There's your answer to that question.
Yeah.
But she's
I
living
know I
her
am.
authentic self. Imagine going to bed every night and thinking, I'm proud of myself for not doing anything nefarious
Compromising.
or doing anything unethical to not that it's unethical, but for your soul, right? For you to be at peace.
Yeah.
Like that's even part of this journey in this business, but it is.
Yeah, it's and I know we were just speaking off air just a moment ago, but yeah, it's because you being in a like a major city environment, you just see like a lot of plastic, and it's like it's almost like that. Are you that displays on how God made you, like that you needed to like reconstruct and break down like everything. And so it's like I'm thankful that my gut and my intuition and my moral compass never took me into even the threshold of like a reconstruction, plastic surgeon's office, but it's just knowing that there are roots there is a good base. And so yeah, that's where that like sleep well at night feeling comes in, is knowing that I haven't done anything reconstructing or anything of that nature.
Are God and faith a big part of who you are?
Yeah. Just because I've had like supernatural experiences. I'm very big on like, numbers and like energy, and my whole life I've been able to really have a good judge of character when it comes to people, when it comes to situations. Like if I'm in a room and the vibe is off, I can tell instantaneously. So, and even when I'm in different situations and parties especially in LA or in New York or in Nashville, and like there's an off and backwards energy there, I can sense it, and that's when I know to back out of it and not go deeper into it, because once you go deeper into it, it's like that's the point of no return.
It's like quicksand.
It's like quicksand. So
It sucks you in.
yeah.
It's amazing that when I first met you, and we go full circle, and I'm meeting you here where you started. And if you think about that, it's kind of strange, isn't it?
It's kind of cool.
It's kind of cool. And now there are people that have come into studio that are young in the business, like Coons, 17 or 18, whatever she is, and some Ava, some of these other people. So all of a sudden, I love for you to meet these kids, because they're at where you were when you were 8. And they're starting out from nothing.
Yeah.
And they have a great voice. Some of them are better than others. They have to learn stage presence and all of that. But I tell them, I play your tape. I say, watch this. And they look at that and they go, do you know her? I says, yeah, sort of, kind of. But I like for you to introduce you when you come to town, kids like Josh and other people, because you must pinch yourself when you wake up in California and you got a big project on the horizon and say, you know something? This is me, man. I made this happen, because you did. It was you. It's like tennis. You have all the coaches in the world, all the love in the world, all the support in the world, but you still got to do it. And you've done it. And you sort of got to pinch yourself and say, I ain't too bad. I'm pretty good.
True.
Right? And full circle, right back to where you started. That's why I find magical about this whole ride. And when you win a Grammy, or you win that thing for a movie, whatever that thing is, or a music award, I'm going to hold up a glass and say, hey, there you have it. And I knew it was going to happen when I first met you. You're only halfway home. You got the other half to go. And the only thing that can stop you in this life is yourself.
Yeah.
Because nobody else can control that.
Oh, I know.
But it ain't easy.
It's not, because you have two entities on your shoulder, steering your choices. Sometimes you need a little bit of the edge from the red side. Sometimes you need a little bit of purity from the light side, and that's just how you steer and drive your way through this thing called life.
What motivates you to keep pushing and growing?
What motivates me? It's like an interesting thing, because that's like that's a really big like hardball question, because what motivates me, I would say, is that sorry, I'm gonna get really choked up right now. What motivates me is that I want to show young people in this younger generation that you can make it in this world without being corrupt.
It's huge.
Yeah.
Gotta be the true, significant you. That's all. You gotta be you.
Yeah, because this world has just been led by so much corruption, and yeah, that's like the driving force.
Well, entertainment is not a clean business, and it's not the business for the lighthearted. And there's a lot of rejection.
Neither
for
is
all the
media.
wrong
Neither
reasons.
is our business.
Neither
right?
is our business.
And isn't it crazy, like the business that was birthed from an art form which celebrates freedom of speech and creativity and like equality and inclusiveness has a lot of it's turned into commercial exclusivity. It's turned into something where like there are a lot of demons threaded through it. So,
Everywhere.
Well, money will change anybody. Now, back in the day when they wrote all those songs, Atlantic, all these companies, and the people that wrote the music did not make the money. They got paid up front a couple of dollars, and then these songs went on to make billions, and they didn't see that money. So this business is not for the lighthearted. That's why you see a lot of entertainers nowadays either creating their own label or not signing labels because they don't want to give it all away.
So many people are going more independent because,
Absolutely.
and especially since the Me Too movement, and then the whole situation with Weinstein, Epstein, Cosby, a lot of that abuse and harassment and nefariety like coming out. A lot of even majors are going more independent because they're starting to realize that their managers, their handlers didn't have their best interests at heart. They're only paycheck players.
Right.
And so you're starting to see a paradigm shift with that. And that's another thing that I've never been signed to a label. I never really wanted to unless they had my best interests at heart. And, my mom having that business acumen and that Intuit, she recognized that, and she made sure, and I made sure even individually, that I stayed independent so that I could have the control, because as we know, I went to number one with self-control. So
Exactly. That's what it is.
So being steadfast with that is what is another motivating factor.
I wonder if the independence, I know then that would be like they're signing a label, but if enough independence of high achieving independents came together and brought in other independents and said, let me show you the way to do it this way.
It's been attempted, where 80% of the proceeds went to the artists. It's been attempted, but what happens is the big labels come along because they own the radio stations, you got to have an inside man who's willing to take the heat for that to work. But that has been tried. It's being tried now again because there are more people that want to be independent as long as the wealth is given back to the artists, which is the way it should be.
Yeah.
But they're going to tell you how expensive it is to raise an artist. There's this old saying, you have to raise an artist from within. You got to feed them, clothe them, and everything else.
Support them, all of it.
And support it. So it's a big issue. But the music continues to be put out. It continues to happen. The path is going to be more of a struggle as an independent because you're doing it yourself. But you can sleep at night and say, listen, ain't nobody taking anything away from you. This is you. It's your line. I think you're in the clothing business as well. I think I saw your name on something.
You have a line of clothes?
For somebody?
Not yet.
I saw you wearing somebody's clothing. Jacket, bathing suit, something with your name on it.
With my name on, well, I modeled for a designer in West Palm, Paola Zamboni. I modeled for her clothing line, and she has
here.
and she has a lot of
She's one of our clients
she's one
now.
a
of
lot
our
of
clients,
artisan jackets
Yeah.
that I modeled for. Like her inventory and her fashion approach is very like elegant and classy, which you know,
She's so
as we
lovely.
know, I thrive in that.
She did a shoot here with us, and she's actually a client of ours. I met her 12 years ago
Oh, you did?
at Los Solos in her shop, in the shop she was at, and I said to her, "I want to do business with you," and she says, she didn't have the money." I said, "I'm not asking you for money." I said, "Come with me because I always wanted to open up a clothing line." But everybody has a no. They tell me, "No, I don't want to get involved. I don't want to send things that don't fit back. I don't. And then everybody has taste. I like the long scarf, I like the short scarf, all this stuff. So the clothing line business is difficult. I'm shocked she's still doing it. She's still
doing well.
strong. She's doing well. If I had known that you had done her clothing, I would have asked her to come today.
She's going to meet with us next month in January. She wants to put a whole campaign together and start pushing out a little bit more.
Be out in California. We'll throw her some clothes and can you win this?
Yeah.
Ship it out.
Which would be fantastic.
All you need is a Kendra on the runway. That's all I got to say.
I know. Let's take a quick commercial break. More to come. Maybe we can play Thriller when we come back.
Yeah.
We'll play.
Are we allowed to play it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Play it.
Oh, okay.
All right, we're going to queue up Thriller when we get back.
Do it.
More to
I
come.
want to make sure we don't get in trouble.
888-994-4995, Studio A, and we'll be right back.
In times of economic uncertainty and chaos, your money means nothing. You may not even be able to get it from your bank or ATM. What you can bank on is gold and silver. Gold and silver have been a reliable and trusted form of currency for thousands of years. Call the Gold Hotline now and learn how to protect your money and your assets with gold and silver. Protect your money from the next market crash with gold and silver. Call now for your free gold guide.
Born in Marseille, France, Max Lazega creates whimsical and free-flowing interpretive art. His 40 years in the construction industry created the foundation for his craft. His unique work displays his view of the future with bold and playful combinations of materials and processes, but the methodology remains consistent. He fuses recycled materials and discarded building supplies into a fresh, well-executed approach. Lazega has lived in Miami, Florida most of his life, where he pursues his lifelong passion of creating industrial art. For more information, contact Max Lazega at artworkstudios.org or 786-326-8873.
Meet Jay Harmon, one of the many artists held in the Brooklyn Cafe Gallery. Jay specializes in various different art styles, but his medium to work with is colored pencils. His unique style comes from being self-taught and years of practice. Jay pulls his inspiration from many outlets like people, television, celebrities, and many more. With multiple original pieces, Jay's art graces the gallery with over 40 plus works for viewing and for purchase. His many years of being an artist has given him a chance to partner with the Derwent brand, giving him the opportunity to try many different work styles and further his craft. Feel free to come down and visit the studio to view his work, or if you're interested in your own Jay Harmon original, he's open to commissions on his website, coloredpencilartist.com, or catch his show, The Colored Pencil Artist, on Amp Media Productions on YouTube and Facebook. See you soon.
What would you do if you had a broken bone? You'd go to the doctor and use your insurance, right? What would you do if you had a serious problem with drugs and alcohol? Most people do nothing until it's too late. Your insurance can help you get clean and sober with the assistance of a place like the Detox and Treatment Helpline. Many times treatment is fully covered, so why not use your insurance to treat your addiction problem just like you would if you had a broken bone? And with the Family Medical Leave Act, you're allowed by law to take off time from work, and your employer doesn't need to know the reason. So there are two good reasons. You've got insurance you can use for your addiction problem, and with the Family Medical Leave Act, it's completely confidential. Call us right now and save a life.
Call 855-350-4504
That's 855-350-4504. Call 855-350-4504 now.
Want to save money on your next flight? Then pick up the phone and call, because the best prices are not online. See, SmartFares has special deals with the airlines. When they have unsold seats, they use SmartFares to fill them. So you get airline tickets at ridiculously low prices. With the extra money you'll save, you can book another trip or treat yourself to dinner. Call today and get the best price on your next flight, guaranteed. Also, save up to 50% off business and first class tickets.
Artist Rosie Sherman paints her passions to share with everyone. Expressing herself through bold and vibrant colors, her suggestion and style are always in flux. Inspired by travels, nature, romance, and the human spirit, Rosie makes sure her depiction of women are strong and proud. Her landscapes illustrate the changing seasons in the diverse world that we live in. To find her artwork in the multiple medias you can purchase, visit rosiesherman.pixels.com.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
Caught in the crossfire with my lover, and I'm taking cover for the bullet takes me out. Romantic in love and we're changing colors, like a disco ball. We light it up and burn it down. And the truth is, you can't live without me, 'cause it's not that easy, but the drug won't let you down. 'Cause it's a killer, drop dead, stone cold thriller, psycho love won't give it. We go round and round. 'Cause it's a killer, drop dead, stone cold thriller, psycho love won't give it. It's gonna take us out. Never come down from the high we're feeling, and we're chasing demons through the darkness and the night. Oh, oh, feeling the heat as the flames burn brighter, the tensions rising through the smoke and through the lies. And the truth is, you can't live without me, 'cause it's not that easy, but the drug won't let you down. 'Cause it's a killer, drop dead, stone cold thriller, psycho love won't give it. We go round and round. 'Cause it's a killer, drop dead, stone cold thriller, psycho love won't give it. It's gonna take us out. 'Cause it's a killer, psycho love thriller. We go round and round. 'Cause it's a killer, drop dead, stone cold thriller, psycho love won't give it. It's gonna take us out. Cause it's a killer, drop dead, stone cold thriller, psycho love won't
Parker.
He would do it.
He said, we're in. He said, let's do it. And there you have that new, and she has a new one coming out.
Yeah.
First time
Can
you're
we
hearing it right
we're
here.
gonna release any info on it?
It'll be released in, I think, March of next year, the new one. Yeah, because we have to film the music video for that, and that's gonna be end of January, February.
Does it have a name?
So,
can't be told yet, though.
Because it's the
changes.
name is still being worked out.
Yeah.
Because it's a title that could kind of potentially cause question, but in this day and age, like, that's what you need to use to break through.
Yep.
Because no one's taking risks anymore, so might as well be me that takes the risk.
Right. You need the controversy of it.
Yeah, that's why reality shows are doing far better than award shows, is because you have
That's
that
true.
controversy.
That's true.
Reality.
You know what I watched last night? I can't believe I watched. Towing car tows.
Reality of car towing?
Yes, you know who's the producer of this show?
Who?
J-Lo.
And they tow cars?
It's a whole show is about towing cars.
South Toe Miami or something
Yes.
like that, was it?
Yes. And do you know? who
Oh,
produ-
South Beach Tow.
Yes, and it's funny because until I tell you J-Lo, you're laughing at me. But J-Lo producer is one of the most money-making ideas she ever did because there's no overhead. It's a camera, a mic, and you follow a guy around. And I watched it again last night. I used to watch this thing all the time.
It's like addicting, right?
It's addicting.
It's like Dr. Pimple Popper.
No, that's disgusting.
People love that too.
Blech.
These addicting videos.
So when you're ready to launch, I want you to tell me a couple of days in advance. I want to do a launch countdown. So I'm going to have a clock up on that black screen up there. It's
Yeah.
going to count down when you release it. And then we'll put you on there and says, okay, here's the release. I want to do something spectacular on it. Like you said, there's no more excuses.
Yeah. No more excuses. Like, say whatever you want to say. Like, be whoever you want to be. Like, do whatever you want to do.
So I hashtag
as long as you're not hurting anybody.
There's nothing wrong with it.
Yeah.
We said that yesterday.
you're good
Speak
to
your
go.
truth. 2023.
That's right.
Right. That's my motto for.
Yeah.
That's our motto for
We're
2023.
making the shirts.
Speak your truth.
Yeah.
Listen, we are on 6 radio stations, and I don't care who you are. I don't care how long you've been in the business. Don't drop names on me no more. I'm tired of that. Because very few people can say, and I got to admit, I got to tip my hat, Vic. I got to tip my hat. He said something when he started. I disagreed, and I was completely wrong. Completely wrong. 6 stations is nothing to sneeze at. He's looking for a 7th or maybe an 8th. And then he's looking for TV. We're putting something together to propose. He's looking maybe to buy a television studio. There's a lot of things behind the scenes going on right now. And I say, I think we tell the world we got 6 stations and growing. And we take everybody with us and see what happens. What do
Do
think?
you know Vic
I do, yeah.
from the radio station? How long have you known him for a while?
I've known him for, I want to say, about a year, a little over a year.
Okay, so a little bit.
Well, he and Chico partnered up and did a remix on the song that Chico produced.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, that's what it's called, the Chico Latino remix. So it's a
Vic
combo
Latino. Vic
of those
Latino.
of their names.
He's spinning at the new
Harris.
Harris
New
at
Year's.
the racetrack.
Is he a Vicus?
Vickers.
Nice.
And
He starts
Shannon.
a sentence and I finish it. That's so scary.
And Shannon is going to be there as well.
Okay.
I'm thinking that Chico's going to be there as well.
Okay.
Where
yeah.
are you going to be for New Year's?
For New Year's, I'm actually going to be at Chops on New Year's.
So you'll be in town as well.
Yes.
I will bet. I think we got to go. I will
She's
bet
gonna
she'll
be at
be there
Chops,
too.
though.
Yeah, but that's where you start. The new year begins at midnight.
That's a nice gig on New Year's.
Yeah, they made sure that they locked me in
Before you left, probably.
Yeah, like it was like it was like mid-September. Kendra, what are you doing for New Year's Eve? I'm like, that's a little bit far out. We don't care. What are you doing?
I got her back here. That's
I'm
good
like,
for us.
Yeah,
That's good for us.
I'm locked in.
Yeah, he
So,
said he's spinning at the new Harris down at Pompano Raceway.
that's a good one.
You know, I've never seen Vic spin.
I've only seen on video. I haven't seen live in person.
When he was in New York.
Yes.
Josh,
Yeah.
you'd probably love it.
I think I'm gonna have to go down there. He does it. Yeah, does all that. But it's professionally done because Vic has been doing it for many years. It's interesting. Vic's story, if you ever got to know him, interesting story. We took the guru up there to the radio station last week for the Christmas party. And we were the Boca posse.
We took 10 of them up there, right? So we all went like in a mass.
And
you brought the Boca Brigade.
We brought our Boca Brigade up with us to the West Palm radio station. I had never been there. It's beautiful.
Yeah, it's pretty wild.
He's done a nice job up there for sure.
And there were people up there that I can't remember, and they all knew me. I said, hi. I mean, 15 years we were with Beasley before.
That's the one in North Palm Beach, right? Yeah. We Chico did a wine release party there, and we also did a radio show in tandem, so to promote the wine and also just to get on there, hop on there and shoot the bleep,
Exactly. So maybe we can get you to do Night Train from here and send it up there tomorrow night. See if your schedule permits.
I'll see if I can move some things around.
So I have to ask, you've been in the business a little bit. Then there's people like this very talented young man over here who are trying to do and release independent. Yeah. What's your advice?
The advice is create your own label. Make sure that all of your earnings are going to your label. Collaborate with as many people as possible, because one person could lead to another person, and then that person could lead to another person. It's like every person that you collaborate is like a window to something else, and that's how it's organically happened with me. So and also just to keep writing. Watch a bunch of, TV shows with substance and sustenance, and watch a lot of movies because that'll help with your writing too. Get out into nature and just walk around, and stay away from like an excess of drugs.
Which probably in California is harder to stay away from.
Well, for me, it's not, just because I don't like that. Like, will I go out and have a couple cocktails socially? Yes, but as far as like the whole other side of that goes, no.
And there is another side. I mean, we're not kids. There is a good and a bad. You have to sort of pick your poison. Have you run into any kind of artists during your journey? Anybody mentioning like people in the business?
Have I? Well, it's interesting. Like I haven't really run into any or like worked with anybody like super duper like huge yet. But I did that collaboration with Constantine, As Long As You're Mine.
Well, that's a super.
Yeah, that's a super. He's super duper in his mind.
Broadway stars.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, he's on Broadway.
Yeah, he's on Broadway. Yeah.
I can't even get off Broadway.
No, and I'll say like everything that I'm saying right now, like I say to his face. So, but yeah, just like in passing in different events, like I was at a nightlife establishment about a month ago, and I ran into Robin Thicke and Leo DiCaprio like hanging out there. They both looked like, Leo's gotten a little bloated, I have to say.
I was going to say, do you go up and introduce yourself, or is it still like starstruck? You stay away?
No, it wasn't like just I stayed away just because like they were altered, and I didn't like, I want to, yeah. they were altered, and I just didn't want to involve myself in that or introduce, because it's like, who knows what their memory capacity is when they're in that state. Plus, like I don't mess around. Like if I'm gonna be meeting people, like they need to be like at least like lucid for us to make any sort of productivity or have anything come out of it. When I was at the Grammys about a few years ago, I met Dionne Warwick. She was very, very lovely. I also met Smokey Robinson. He was cool. Meghan Trainor was very nice. One of the Backstreet Boys. Well, because my mom was like, "Hey, turn around so you could take a picture with my daughter," and so they kind of looked a little annoyed, and I'm like, "Mom, you can't do it like that." Like,
Mom's like, "Yeah, I can."
You gotta love Mom, I can tell you.
Yeah. BB Rexa was very, very nice. It's hilarious though. Like, speaking about my mom, this is a really funny Ingrid story. So we're at the Polo Lounge at the Beverly Hills Hotel for dinner one night, and I was with a girlfriend of mine, and my mom was there too, and we saw Mr. Wonderful from Shark Tank, Kevin O'Leary, was sitting at the booth, like kind of like right next to us, and my mom goes, "Hey Kendra, go stand over by the booth and so I can take a picture." And I'm like, "Mom, that's creepy." Like, why would I want to put that kind of a picture on my website or even present that to be like, "Oh yeah, Kendra is a she's a bona fide stalker or creeper." Like, that wouldn't breed any good business for me. But it's just the fact that, like, moms can be moms.
Moms, right?
And yeah, she was like, "Oh, go stand over by his booth." Like, I'm not gonna go stand over by his, like, if he is inviting me to, like, sit down and take a photo, like, that would be normal, but that's a funny Ingrid story.
I would have done it.
You totally would have
I
done
don't
it.
care.
There's no doubt.
I don't care.
You would be the dad, the grandpa. He won the grandpa award of, "Here, take a picture with my daughter over here."
I would say, "Yo, homie, come here. You want this beautiful," dip, right there where he's like.
You totally would do that.
I would. My son Freddie, when he came down to Florida, we went to restaurants. I said, "Pick out a waitress. Hey, come here. My son is new, blah, blah, blah. Let me get your digits, your name. He wants to take you to the movies." 9 out of 10.
They're laughing in there. Yeah.
It's true. You should have asked him when he was here. He used to say, "Dad, don't embarrass me." Until he says, "Dad, thank you very much." Why not?
Parents do what they do.
She has to be a little different because she's in the forefront. Mom,
I don't chase anybody. I choose. So.
Which is fine. That's when Mom is there. She fills up the gaps. But think about it. You see somebody, you want to have a picture. They want to take a picture as well.
If I want to be a star chaser, like, I'd go on Vanderpump Rules, but I'm not.
I gotta tell you, we used to do something where somebody could sing. I played this hand on Christmas, Harry's daughter. So she's humming a song, she's singing or she's getting food on the side. She wasn't doing it for all of us, but I'm listening. So I said, "Come here." And I stand next to somebody else and she hums the same song. The guy goes, "Wow, she can sing." I would do the same thing with you. I see whoever's standing there, sing one of his songs to me. I want to hear it in my ear. And he'll hear it. And I guarantee you that move, instant success. I'll put $1,000 if it doesn't work.
Who are you going to put her next to?
Whoever we find.
You got to get the people to head to Chops. New Year's Eve.
I want somebody. I want something. I want something. Not pictures and stuff. I want her to sing their song, just hum it to me, and they're gonna go, "Whoa, whoa, whoa! What is that?" You know who taught me that trick? James Brown. And it works.
He's fun.
He's fun, and it works because it's not so much.
Tony Wilson.
This guy's like
he's
a
James Brown impersonator he's worked with.
Oh, very cool.
He's down here. You should bring him in this week.
We should have. I tell you every day.
Still can. We got 2 more days.
To come down.
Or next week.
He's
a blast. He gets the whole room up and going.
I'm sure. Well, in order to be a James Brown impersonator, you need to at least have like 90% of the originator's energy. So.
Well, the thing is, he's up there in age a little bit now. He slowed down a little bit. But before I saw some of his videos, this guy was like, whoa. He would be all over the place. He's good. It's good.
You learning
Yeah.
anything, Josh? You getting inspired?
Josh is gonna play.
No, I mean, I have the confidence in myself to create whatever. It's just sitting down and doing it. That's all.
You mean all the work?
Yeah, all the work. It's a lot of work because I want to do everything by myself.
Well, why do you want to do everything by yourself?
Because I feel like I can.
Santana used to think that too. My brother played for Santana. And Santana was Santana this and Santana that, until the day came when they had to move the equipment for a gig they were doing. And my brother sat back and said, "What kind of Santana you doing?" No, we all got to work together.
Yeah, no, I understand that, but I'm just like going home. I mean, I have all the stuff I need. I can play everything perfectly clear. It's just going home and doing it.
It's
That's
tough to have a band today. The kids are
Yeah.
pulling in so many different directions.
And also when you're dealing with so many different personalities, it's like, like I have enough of them running around my head.
Yes, you have a crowded room.
I'm dealing with these, and now I got to deal with you guys. No,
I got enough voices in my head.
And it's funny because I know somebody who's looking out for backup singers, and I introduced her to some to some singers, and they would like, "Yeah, I got you. You want backups? Take it easy," because they feel they're not really backups; they're leads. So there's a lot of
Personalities,
yes, to say the least.
egos.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, if you're good together and you hit the big time, who cares who leads? I mean, the bottom line is you're both going to go forward. Like Captain Tennille, right? She sang, he didn't. He couldn't sing for Papa. I'm going to tell you, he sucked. But he could play an instrument. And everybody was focused on her, and she felt bad for him because he was like a little puppy.
Well, it's sort of like the Pussycat Dolls. Like the Pussycat Dolls, it wasn't really a group. It was just like Nicole Scherzinger.
That's it.
And backup dancers. That's
There's
it.
nothing wrong with that.
Like, that's it.
They used to get dressed up in those costumes. Man, I'm going to tell you, I love the Pussycat.
That eye candy. So you ready? Ready to record?
Yeah, I'm ready. I finally got an application called Adobe Audition. It's just, it's nothing fancy. It's just something you record, but I have a soundboard at my house. Yeah, like I said, it's just sitting down and doing it.
We can put you in the booth here and do it.
No, I gotta bring all my equipment. I'm not using that amplifier. I got another amplifier at the house that is absolutely beautiful, and it's just gonna be a lot of lugging back and forth. I got my house.
All set up.
We'll rent a van.
Rent a van?
Yes, I'll rent a van for you. We pick it up all at once, bring it, lay it out, and run the tracks.
Okay.
It's not the first time we've done it. That booth, you see it now, that booth used to be in there empty. Empty. Because I couldn't get anybody to come and sing. Remember that?
Ode to Prince it is now.
So I did Ode to Prince just to
Ode
keep
to
it.
Prince.
See, and there's always and I begged her for us to put money into that. Thing wasn't cheap.
No.
That's the most expensive Ode to Prince booth
Yes.
you've ever heard of.
Pretty much. It was shipped here from California, I think.
Oh Lord.
Yes.
Oh Lord. But
Yeah, it's just like the whole funneling process and like actually like pressing the do button. That's it's hard sometimes, you know. Even for me, like I'm just like, because as artists we're always just like, even if the wind is blowing the wrong direction, we're like, I can't do it, you know.
But when you get up in the morning to do a new song, do you say, okay, let's go get it, or you gotta beef up to it?
Well, when I do make a song, I'm with a collaborator, or one of my producers, or one of my co-writers, and we have philosophical conversations, and we dig up the concept from those conversations. It's like creating in the moment. That's how I like to do it, because I don't like to, like, yeah, if a producer sends me a track prior, I'll listen to it once, but I'm not going to listen to it over again and again and again, because then I'll marry myself to something, whereas the next best thing or the next best concept could come from being with that producer and being with that co-songwriter, and then coming up with that, joining those energies together and just seeing what we can do. So I don't really like to, you know, do like the thick share of writing until I'm actually in the studio with that producer, because it's like it's a joint effort. I mean,
what
like
inspired Thriller?
So I did that song with Andy Kirk in Nashville about, I want to say like a few months ago, about a year ago. And I heard the beat. It was very 80s driving. It had a lot of Stranger Things elements to it. And just the whole concept, it was just like this hard ass electric song, and we wanted the concept to mirror that and reflect that. So,
but it has a futuristic feel to it.
When talking about Thriller Killer, it's, and especially in a time that we're living in where everyone is like, their energy is just like sparking in all different directions, and everything is like spontaneous and so dynamic. We wanted to reflect that and have a song that tells that reflects that in society, which is like Thriller Killer. It's like everything is thrilling. Like you don't know we don't know what's going on in the world around us. We don't know what's going on with people, with individuals. So it's just like it's this whole beast that you need to grab the horns of.
So much has changed.
That's why I'm telling you, for the new James Bond flick, got to submit this.
You should.
Because there's a whole new era coming out. You know, regardless if it's a woman, better. If it's a black male, better. But it's new. Because, you know, he doesn't want to do it anymore, so they killed him off. He exploded into a billion pieces. And so now she comes out, or he comes out, and that song is reflective of change.
Yeah,
yes?
totally submit it.
It might be something that you have to tell your people, send it over.
Your peeps, why not,
Maybe
right?
Warner Brothers or whoever's doing
Worst
that.
that happens is
they
you
say
stay
no.
where you are, right?
Which is terrible. I don't want to say right. I gotta
go. But that's the worst, right? The best
Yeah.
is somebody else, just like they heard on HBO Max, your other song.
Yeah.
Someone hears it for this show or for the next movie, or you just never know.
Yeah.
Or those right set of ears, as you always say. Why are you always in my head?
I don't know.
Words of wisdom. Did you ever think
spooky
you'd
place.
be sharing words of wisdom? I know. You think she's got personalities?
Yeah. First of all, I don't have words of wisdom. So don't put that on me. That's all you. That's all you.
Really?
Yeah. I'm like Josh. I stay quiet in the moment.
I don't understand how you guys stay so quiet. Are there a million things going through your minds?
His, yes.
You know the thing Kendra always said, what's a guy thinking when they're watching football and they go absolutely nothing, we're actually watching football? Right? Are you thinking anything?
I'm coaching at the same time while watching
But
football.
you're on football. You're not thinking about groceries or laundry or what's for lunch or what you're going to do at work tomorrow. You're watching football.
I mean, if you want to know what I'm thinking right now I'm thinking that I want to be the next generational talent. I want to be the next Kurt Cobain. I want to be the next John Lennon.
But you have to put the work in.
That's the thing, though. That's what I'm saying. I just
instead
got to
of-
go and do it.
You should be thinking about doing the work. Forget about being John Lennon. Be Josh Lennon and do the work and see where that gets you.
Yeah.
Because the bottom line here, you know, life stacks up the chips. And the way I see it, we got to take a chip out every time. And when we get down to no chips, you hit the home run. You hit the high note. Because life is going to throw these curveballs at you. Life doesn't want you to succeed. It wants to test you to see if you will succeed. It's really simple. So and the more you do it, the more you want it. The successful you get, the more successful you want. You want. You want to be. And it's the one at the end of the day that gets it. I mean, look at ball players, what they're signing for. These guys, 200 guys that can hit a fastball at 100 miles an hour. Think about that. That's a skill. To play an instrument, to sing a song, that's a skill. Just don't hold back. Let it rip. And if it doesn't work, you get your 9 to 5 or whatever the hell else you want to do. No big deal. It ain't the end of the world. But if you hit, game change. Game change.
So he's
Just
gonna
like
go home and
playing
record.
lotto and you're the ticket.
Go home and record. Do you know the Powerball winner that was from California, 2 months ago, still has not come forward? They have
They're
a year to come
They're going to
forward.
put it back in the system.
Can you imagine if no one comes? Now the money has to sit there for the year, and I'm assuming it's accruing interest because it's got to be in a fund somewhere.
If I were to make $1 billion in lotto, you know what the first thing I would do? I would sign that ball player the Mets want and say, here's a guaranteed contract. I don't care if you don't play a day. I don't care if you play 10 years. I don't care if you play 12 years. I believe in you. And I bet you that he would do it for less. Because I put the money on the table and says, I'm going to take you as you is.
How long would you wait to cash in your ticket?
30 seconds.
How long would you guys wait?
Having that big sum of money, it would be like,
It freak you out?
yes.
Why?
Well, because the ego side of me would be like, oh yeah, use it towards your career, but the other side of me would be like, the humanitarian side of me would be like, you know, give it to, you know, helping our veterans, give it to helping
Kendra, you'll be able to do anything you want.
Because I think you come out, what, $700 million at the end of it?
It doesn't matter.
Something?
The first thing you
Yeah.
do is you cash it in. You put the money in an account, and then you sit alone. Don't let nobody in that room. You sit alone, and then you decide, okay, this is what I want to do, and you chop it up in time. And you have a good time with your life. You want your career to go, you want to open up your own label, whatever.
But can you
I don't
believe
want any of that.
Nobody came forward to claim the money yet?
No, that's because that ticket, the guy was probably hit by a car when he found out he won. He went, I won! He threw
Do you
himself
even
off a
imagine
cliff.
like the ticket being in like your pocket and went to the laundry or something? You've got no idea.
I'm going to tell you, I would just secretly drive up. Where do you got to go, to Tallahassee? Say, here's my ticket. Here's my ticket. And then you have to sign a waiver because they want you to do the commercials and all that. I said,
Yeah.
can you wait 30 days while I get the hell out of town?
It's like, what would you do with
You know
all
how
that
many
money?
people will come to your door?
Well, Mega Millions right now is going up on Friday, 500 million.
Yeah.
Got to go play.
What would you do if you hit?
So many things.
So many things.
So many things.
How much money you think you're going to be at? $200 million, $250 million?
We could do a lot. We could have a whole new studio, and then I could go help feed all the children that need food.
Wow.
Help better education systems, clean water, the kids that don't have, give them something. But instead of giving, you know how they have all these foundations that teach women crafts and skills that they then, what do you always tell me? You got to teach the man to fish instead of giving him the fish.
That's the problem. When you start throwing money at problems, you don't teach them to fish.
So you got to teach these kids, you got to teach the school systems, the places that don't have, to be able to sustain it. Because at some point the money runs out and then they're left with only the fish.
That's the problem. When the money runs out, how many people are going to remember you then? How many people are going to say, oh, let me give you back what you gave me?
But
Ain't
it's not
gonna
about
happen.
remembering you, it's about bettering
I
mankind.
want to go to Hawaii. No, Hawaii has...
You don't want to better mankind?
No.
At least you're honest.
better
Support
man-
Josh's future as a musician.
No, I
for
give
his
Josh a story and say,
generation.
Josh, buy anything you want to support your future. You got to put in the want.
Which is why this omnibus bill is such a, it's a mess.
It's why Freddie ain't never going to hit lotto. Because God already knows no to you.
Yeah.
All right, let's take a commercial break. You got to show Kendra your tattoo.
Oh, yeah.
They can. It's in his pants.
You got a tat and you got some ink. What is that?
It's for the cafe.
It's the
a little
cafe.
coffee mug. It's Don's blonde.
Oh, that's fun.
He has certain issues.
I think it's very cool.
So do I. My tattoos are painted on the inside.
They don't see him in any of her wardrobe changes.
Yeah.
We're going to take a quick commercial break. More to come with Kendra, Erica. We got Josh. See what else our crew is up to. Give us a call. 888-994-4995. Speak Your Truth 2023. That's our new hashtag. Stay tuned, and we'll be right back.
Welcome to AMP2 TV, the first and only internet production company that's truly plugged in. When you're looking for a full-service internet radio, TV production company, discover AMP2 TV. AMP2 TV is a full-service media company that can provide all streaming videos, video studios, radio studios, and television studios. Call us today at 866-224-5422, for no business is too small to grow to be accounted. It's time for your message to be seen. Let AMP2 TV help get you there.
Stephanie Jaffe is a world-renowned artist who creates one-of-a-kind pieces. Using a keen sense of color and composition, Her vibrant collages and mosaics integrate eclectic elements such as vintage keepsakes and fine china with blown glass and fired clay to create whimsical arrangements. For more information about her work, come down to the Brooklyn Cafe TV studio or go to StephanieJaffeArt.com.
Welcome to Lost Harbor Spirits, a world where pirates inspire our spirits, treasures remain undiscovered, and flavors are infused with the essence of mysterious voyages. The distillery became one of the few women-owned craft spirits production sites in the U.S. From our award-winning spirits of vodka and rum to delicious gin, we're always coming up with some new and exciting flavors to keep your cocktails delicious and fresh. Contact Palm Beach Distillery at lostharborspirits.com to take a tour or purchase your favorite spirit at your local liquor store.
Has someone in your family lost a job recently and now you can't afford your mortgage payment? Or do you have a rental property and your tenants aren't paying you? We can come to the rescue and pay you cash for your home immediately. Yes, sell your home and get cash all over the phone without dealing with real estate agents or having to waste time showing your home to lukewarm buyers. You don't need to lose your house to foreclosure. If you have equity in your home, we'll buy your home and give you cash within days, all in a simple over-the-phone and virtual process. Call now before your situation gets worse. Sell a home you can't afford or just need anymore and get the cash you need today. Call this number now.
Call 855-348-5925. That's 855-348-5925. Again, 855-348-5925.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
The moon, the stars, the sky. Come on closer, baby, let the lights go out. Yeah. We fall and then we rise. No, my alibis don't wanna hide now. Yeah. Fall into the fire. Baby, we could ride the night, yeah. I'ma show you. Or we could shine the light, hey. Lift your hands, free your mind and mind combine and float up to the higher. It's okay. It's okay. Close your eyes, baby, let me show you pure love. Come on, baby, let me get you close to pure love. Pure love. Pure love. Pure love. Pure love. Walk a straight line, how many fingers? An ecstasy, fragrance lingers, yeah. And the endless conversations, and you feel it floating now. I finally got you, and I'll follow you into the fire. Maybe we could ride the night, yeah. I'ma show you, or we could shine the light, yeah. Lift your hands, free your mind and mind combine and float up to the higher. It's okay. It's okay. Close your eyes, baby, let me show you pure love. Pure love. Come on, baby, let me get you close to pure love. Pure love. Pure love. Pure love. Pure love. Pure love. Hold me up, 'cause you never wanna drop me. Not me. Got the key, dancing to unlock me. Side to side, know their fingers don't faze me. Crazy to say, but nothing gonna stop me. If I can get you, I ain't playing with you. I ain't playing with you.
and we're back.
Do you know today is the day first test tube baby was born?
I remember that.
Remember what year?
I remember that. 80s.
1981.
81.
Elizabeth Jordan Carr, the first American test tube baby, was born.
You remember? That was a big political.
It was a huge
political piece because
medical,
they were talking
political.
about that we were becoming God, and all of a sudden. Now, Freddie tells me that you can pick male or female now.
Yeah, you can go in, and I guess you have to do a whole embryo.
Change the DNA
yeah.
thing. I wouldn't want that. That's got to be. It's crazy.
It's a whole ethical
No,
decision.
that's playing God.
It's a whole ethical, right? How do you choose? Yeah.
Yeah.
You remove one thing, and then this child's born, whatever, and then you're gonna have to live with that decision. Nah, let's do it God's old-fashioned way.
Let's go with the big man's choice. He knows what he's doing.
Right? There's a reason for everything.
There's a reason why he does things.
100% true.
Yeah.
It's crazy. You know, the Freddie's last time that he was here was my birthday, March.
Okay.
So he comes in and he says, "Wow, this place looks like a real studio now."
I knew I haven't seen him in a while.
Well, it's been since March. That's crazy.
See that? But he looks good.
He looks like a knucklehead, like he always does.
I love to watch you just sit back.
Yeah, because I had my grandson here who was gonna run amok in here, and I said, "Okay, let me sit back so I don't faint."
So cute though, Pop
Camera,
up.
timber.
So what's next, Kendra? I know you've got a new release coming out, movies on the horizon, reality show.
What kind of movie you want to be in? That's interesting.
Oh.
Because you go and you do, you go in and you read and all that. What kind of movies?
I love comedy, but I also love, sci-fi and thriller, no pun intended.
That book.
Yeah.
She's going to be the star in Frank's movie.
She's going to be the new alien.
Piecing it all, is her and Sigourney Weaver?
Her and Sigourney Weaver. You have
I
to
mean,
shave half your head.
I believe that I have ships on Palladian islands in outer space that I need to get back to, because they've been there for a while, and probably team up with Thor and Ragnarok and all that good.
They walk among us.
Intergalactic stuff.
Well, they're about to open up the sealed envelopes of Area 51 and all that in 2024.
My ex, actually, who recently just passed away, he made a documentary about Area 51. He was a comedian in LA, but he was fascinated by aliens and Area 51, and he made a documentary about it. So
Well, I had a lieutenant or a captain or something, Area 51. He just retired. He did a show that I produced, and he was supposed to come on here, and nobody could find him.
Oh.
We shall keep that.
Interessante.
Josh
And she said her ex just passed away?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I'm not afraid.
Yeah.
I'm not afraid. Is that better?
Well, neither was he, but I don't know where he's at. Did your ex die of something that has to do with Area 51 or something?
The cause of death is still ambiguous. Either
Really?
it could have been a blood clot. It could have been something that he took, or it could have been self-inflicted.
That's why I don't want to know nothing about Area 51. I don't care where it is.
Mess with that.
Yeah.
There's a show called Snowfall, and it talks about the crack pandemic in the late 80s, I think it was,
In Miami?
in mid central LA.
Uh-huh.
And it talks about how the CIA is obviously into it. And the whole thing basically goes like, just don't mess with the government. Don't mess with the CIA and any of that stuff. So
That is
Pretty
so
much.
true.
yeah.
I watched FBI last night. Don't mess with the government. They can make things appear and disappear. They're the best magicians in the world.
Yep,
They're-
just leave it alone.
It's the modern day mob. Yeah.
They control the mob.
Yeah, they control the mob.
JFK,
Yeah.
paperwork is opening up in 2024.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw the JFK thing. They're bringing it back because they want to do these countdowns to the paperwork being released. There ain't no way in the world that Booth guy, whatever that guy's name was in the Harvey Oswald, whatever his name, no way in the world that he killed Kennedy.
No.
Just physically and it's just impossible.
Kennedy was all about American people making their own money and about working for the people. So that's why establishment took him out.
Right? Kennedy wanted to undo the CIA and the FBI.
Mhm.
Him and his brother wanted to say bye-bye. And you can't say bye-bye to those 6 letters because they tell you bye-bye.
Yeah.
So his brother was killed and he was killed by the, you'll see in 2024, I'm not going to say nothing. I look at this, it is so real, the evidence that they have.
No, in 2024, you're going to see a lot. I can tell you that.
Oh, yeah. They're going to have to open up the vaults. Now, what's going to happen is, mysteriously, it's going to get burned up. Because there's no way in the world
They're
that
gonna
you got to
release
let
it?
this stuff out. Absolutely not. Now, they thought everybody would die off and everything else, but it's
Why do
worse
you
today.
think? Why do you think they strategically arrested the FTX guy in the Bahamas so that he wouldn't testify in court and in front of Congress and expose so many politicians for being a part of it?
Of course.
Yeah.
You think that this kid was going to get to where he was going to go? But I'm going to tell you how dumb this kid was. He's the fall guy.
Yeah.
And they promised him billions, which he got, that he could spend, which he did. And now he's the fall guy because the stupid thing went belly up. Belly up. So somebody's got to take the fall.
Mm-hmm.
So what about all those politicians that put money into them? They helped them. They promoted it. They
Yeah.
made the new wave, the new idea, the new.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's what happens. That's why if they throw a bundle of cash at you and say, all you got to do, right there, walk out the room.
Yeah, you know.
Walk out the room. That's the problem. And he's the
Yeah.
fall guy. Unfortunately, but true.
If it's too good to be true, it's true. I don't know.
I don't
Josh,
know-
I
I
can't
don't
wait
know.
to hear your first release.
I don't mess with it. Yeah, I don't know what it's going to be about. I actually, I was thinking about starting off with a cover. I was going to do "In My Life" by the Beatles. So I'm going to start out with that one
nice.
just to get used to the process of recording and setting everything up. What's
Hey,
up?
young man, how you doing?
How are you, Louis?
Merry
Let us
Christmas.
finish the show and then we'll get to work. I got a lot to do with you.
Got things to do, which means
Now, I'm looking forward to whenever you do a reading and you get a movie role, I want you to call me because I want to know what the role is.
I gotta call Freddie Santor. It's like even before they present the script
That's
to
right.
me,
That's right.
hold on, I gotta call Freddie Santor.
You got to tell him, hold on, I got to call this guy. Give me a
Yeah.
minute. Because, there's a because here. I guarantee you that when you get that call, that I'm going to light a certain candle that's over 200 years old. And I have it tucked away. Nobody knows
It's like the
about this.
Hocus Pocus black flame candle.
No, this is not the black. This is God's candle that was given to me by
Yeah.
Jesus.
Aw.
And I'm going to light this bad boy up, and you're going to get it, and you're going to win an Oscar. Now, if you don't do it, and you don't win the Oscar, I'm going to tell you you didn't do it. I'm going to call you out. You didn't do it.
Oh,
But if
the
you
guilt
do
trip.
That's right.
It's
Think
the
about
guilt
this.
trip.
Look at my angle here.
Oh, look at you.
And if you do it and you win the Oscar, I can't lose.
wow, what a gift.
That's a gift.
I'm gonna call you Sniper Centauri from now.
Always got the angle.
Oh,
Yeah.
man, I tell you, that's fun.
So you've known Kendra a long time.
A long time.
So
And-
you're at Chops New Year's Eve.
New Year's Eve,
Are
yes.
reservations still available? People can still come to the bar?
Probably not.
Well, I tried to make reservations for myself on Open Table last night, and it said, "Sorry,
we're full.
Check for future availability." I'm like,
Is your
"Oh,
parents gonna,
crap."
is your mom going to be there?
Yeah, and that's who I wanted to make the reservation for. And now it's like,
So you got to tell them to let them in.
yeah. Well, I mean,
I'm sure they'll find a
hello.
table for you. Yeah, I'm sure.
Hello.
In New York, right, when this happened, the owner would put a table right in the middle of the floor, wherever, in the front. They would create a table, and they would sit a VIP right there. That's what you got to do for your mom. You got to put that table right there.
I gotta ball it out for them.
They'll do it, absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm so glad you took the time to hang with us. Thank you so much.
It's fun. It's
Wait.
always fun here.
Nice to hang out with Kendra, see what's going on.
Catching up
Kind
to
of
the
get a
minute,
little
right?
bit bird's eye view of what it is. So proud of you.
so
Your mom has
proud,
to be
yeah.
so proud. For you
Yeah.
to take that leap to move. I remember you bought your place in Delray and it was like your home.
Yeah.
But yet you're renting it and you took that next leap and said, I got to go do this for me.
Yeah, I'm like, it's big leaps. Big leaps.
It's going to work out.
But that's good.
Yeah.
It means you're confident enough in yourself to believe in yourself. And that's what
Yeah.
it's all about.
Well, LA's been my second home for like over 7 years, so now it's just become the primary residence. I mean, Boca will always be my home, but that's where I'm at right now.
It's hard to believe this was Little Palm Family Theater when you were here, and now you're back here, and now
I'm back
Freddie's got you
here.
winning an Oscar.
Yes. Oh, yeah, but I have to call Freddie first before I get the script.
That's the deal.
All right, Josh, you're going to record hopefully maybe New Year's weekend.
Yeah, that sounds good.
What?
We'll see what happens.
Yeah, that sounds good.
What's he doing?
Recording.
Recording what?
His first song.
Oh, jeez. Okay, we'll see.
Wow.
You could do it in tracks.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm doing. So it's called a multi-track system. I'm gonna record probably the drums first, and then overlap that with the bass, and overlap it with the guitar, and then on top of that the singing.
Takes about 6, 8 months.
So you're doing it all yourself.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, I'm doing it all myself. I want to create the album cover art myself. The
What
T-shirts.
happened to that kid, the drummer you had?
Well, that's what I'm saying. We haven't. I haven't even seen them in 2 months. So I'm just done. I'm done now. I'm doing it all myself.
That kid,
I'm tired.
That drummer was pretty good.
I know, but I'm tired.
You're tired?
I'm tired. I'm doing it myself now.
He's got State Farm.
I guess-
Going in a different direction.
Yeah.
State Farm? Is
Yeah.
he in the band?
No.
That guy's voice, he should be in the band.
You know, everyone that comes in here has a nickname. So Josh brings in a buddy yesterday. His name happens to be Jake. So his new nickname is State Farm.
Jake from State Farm. Who are you calling at 3 in?
Exactly.
What are you wearing? Khakis.
But you see, you remember it, right? So this thing works.
100%.
That's the name of the band, State Farm, with Jake the singer.
Yeah, no, that'll probably be flagged in 2 seconds.
I'm sure that's a little copyrighted by now, though.
We'll spell Jake differently, like Genie in the bottom. Spell it differently.
You're too funny. All right, you ready to wrap this up? More to come. Hopefully, you're going to hear more from Kendra on Night Train tomorrow night at 7:30 live from VCMG Live. More to come. We'll see what Josh's soundtrack sounds like maybe next week. Have a great afternoon,
It's not
everyone.
going to be able to do it in a week. That takes about 6 months.
If you want to know what's coming up
8
in
months.
2023 for you to speak your truth, tune in tonight for Sarah Spiritual 6:30 to 9 right here at our AMP TV studios and live on VCMG Live. Phone number is 888-994-4995.
Studio A.
Studio A. See what you've got cooking for 2023. Tonight's show is going to be a big one. Last show of the year.
And you know what? If you got 2022 checks, get rid of them. Because it's about to turn to a 3. I got to get rid of 100,000 checks.
Why, they all have a 2 on
Because
the
I
end?
ordered them late. And yes, I have to.
They usually have a blank.
2022. Thank
Only
you.
you. Have a
Only
great
you.
afternoon, everyone. We'll see you tomorrow, 9 a.m. drive time.
And don't be late.
Bye-bye.
Well, that's about it for today. Even though the show's over, the Brooklyn Cafe is always open for business. You're invited to join the fun every day from 12 to 2. If you missed some of the laughs from today, Dawn and Freddie S. will bring you more good cheer next time. You can follow the Brooklyn Cafe on Facebook at the Brooklyn Cafe TV to rewatch every minute of the show. We'll see you next time.